Okay, in this video, I want to show the user toolbar. Okay, we have some new additions to the user toolbar. And you may notice that I don't have user toolbar turned on. Okay, so let's first show the user toolbar. Whenever I'm adding a general preference, for instance, that doesn't pertain to projects or doesn't pertain to layers, then I usually use this one down here. So let's click that. And then I want to show the toolbar, and the easiest way to find that is to just go to the search and type tool for toolbar, and anything with tool shows up. Okay, so show user toolbar, as you can see, is off. So let's turn that on. Now I get this one across the top. We now have a left user toolbar that we can turn on over here, and a right user toolbar. So triple your toolbar pleasure. So let's go ahead and hit save, and let's take a look at what else we have. If you've never used the user toolbar, you can add functionality to any of the toolbars by clicking the pencil and then finding the function that you want to add. Let's say, well, I already have offset. I don't see intersect. So let's go ahead and drag intersection and let up. And then it's up here on the screen or in the toolbar. You can also move it and put all your curve tools together if you want, etc. So here we may want the surface tools next to each other. Okay, let's say that we don't want, I'll just pick the last one, which is actually a good one to have in there, object on curve. To get rid of one of the functions, you can drag and drop it on the trash can, or you can right click and then left click on delete. Okay, and then you don't have to drag it all the way over here, and it's real quick. Right click, left click on delete. Okay, the next thing that I want to show, I'm going to add just a random function up here. Okay, so I just went ahead and picked rectangle. It's fine. And when you mouse over that, you'll notice that left click is rectangle and right click is rectangle rounded. Okay, you'll also notice that control and click, which is left click, you can edit the button. So here's the default icon, okay, and you can do your own custom icon if you want. We'll take a look at that. You'll notice that rectangle is the left click and the tooltip is rectangle. And then, like I say, rectangle rounded is the right click, and then you'll see it's exclamation point means stop any other command and start this command. Underscore forces the English language, okay? And then rectangle space rounded is what's passed here. But I want to edit this whole thing. I want a completely new function that we perhaps don't have in the menu. Okay, so let's close this for a second. I'll come back to there. I am going to type the word menu, not menus with an S, which Rhino wants to autofill. Okay, I'm going to delete the S and type menu, and then that shows the Rhino menu. Now, just randomly, I decided to show the Analyze tool called Zebra. So it's a surface analyze tool called Zebra. I don't know why this popped into my head. I just kind of like the word zebra. So that's what I'm going to do. So if we click here, you can see the command is zebra. Okay, shocker. All right, so let's go over and click on edit again, and then control and click, and the menu appears. Okay, and so the tooltip is going to be, and we can get creative. analysis. And then there is no right click for this one. So I'm going to nuke that. And then I'm going to change this to the word zebra. All right. Then I'm going to do a custom icon. And let's go get an image of a zebra. So I went ahead and did a search for free black and white zebra icons. And here's an AI generated one. So I have a program called Snagit by a company called TechSmith. So if I hit a keystroke, then I get a box like so. And if I hold down shift, then I get a square image. Now, you can do this all sorts of different ways. I'm going to go ahead and select that one. Okay. And that's copied to my clipboard now. You could, if you don't have Snagit, you could use the Windows snipping tool. And I can tell you the easiest way to do that is to hold down the Windows key on your keyboard and then Shift and then S. So Windows logo key, Shift S, and you can see that I'm in the snipping tool, to which I can go like this. And I wonder if I hold down, nope. Windows Shift S, that one doesn't, that I can find, it doesn't have a key to make it square. So now that is on the clipboard. Okay. All right. So the next thing you need to do is you need to have some sort of photo editor or some way to get that image saved the way you want it. So since I'm the one that makes all the icons for the program, all these things up here, I have an icon program called Axialis, okay? And I'm going to move this over here out of the way. So Axialis icon workshop. Okay, so I actually want a Windows icon. Even though we're not going to do an icon, I still like this program. The size of our icons are 30 by 30. So you can see I'm already set up for that. But you can use Photoshop or GIMP or any photo picture editor that you want. Okay. And here's my 30 by 30 image. And then I'm going to say edit, paste, and I'm going to scale, I'm going to resize the image to fit into the editor area. Bink. And there is my zebra. And apparently, as you can see, I wasn't square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him down here. And then I'm going to do a filled square with white and do this. And there we go. Okay. Now, you don't have to use, as a matter of fact, we don't want an icon file, which is an ICO file. We want a PNG file. That's the best way to go. So let's go ahead and export this as a PNG. Okay. Oh, hey, look, icons. So I'm going to put this just on my desktop. And here we go. And this is my zebra icon. Bink. Okay. So then let's drag this back. We're still editing this. Okay. Custom icon, browse. Okay. And then we'll go to my desktop and get the zebra open. And hey, look at me. I have a zebra icon. Okay. And there is my custom button. What does the zebra function do, you might say? Well, let's click it and find out. select objects for zebra stripe analysis. Enter. So this analyze tool looks at surfaces, and if the surface doesn't have good continuity, okay, then the zebra pattern will be interrupted. So you can see that there's a hard edge on this surface. You can see it even without the zebra stripes. And so if you're a purist and you want really good surfaces that are continuous, then you should fix this. And zebra is showing you what the problem is. Okay, so let's close this. So just real quick, I didn't know this video was going to go this way, but it's kind of fun. I exploded this. These two surfaces are not continuous. You can see that this slopes down too quickly. So I will go to Surface and go to Merge, which is right here, and I will merge this surface to this surface. Okay, now this is one surface, and with it selected, let's hit zebra, and what do you know? The zebra lines up and doesn't have that edge anymore. So who knew we were going to do zebra analysis, but that just happens to be one that I knew we didn't have a button for, and one that perhaps you want, and you can set this up for whatever function that you want. Okay, so there we have our cool zebra button, and in order for that to stay there, we need to click the Save User Toolbar. Don't just click out here and get out of edit mode. That's no good. So make sure that you click the Save. Now you'll notice that and there's the message down at the bottom that it's saved. Another cool thing is because when you edit a toolbar, any of them, you are actually editing, as you can see, all three toolbars. So if you make a custom toolbar button, like I did with the zebra, and you decide you want it in one of the other ones, then you can drag it from here to over here, okay? And you could right click and then left click on delete and get rid of it. You can hit any of the Save User Toolbar. I always usually hit it in the one I'm working in, but I'll click that. It exits out of that mode for all of them, says that it's saved, and then when you come back into JewelBeetle after you close it for your next session, it will still be there. If you click off it and you don't hit save, it will not be there the next time you come back. Okay, and just to make sure, I actually closed JewelBeetle and reopened it, okay, and there is my zebra button. It's not up here because I deleted it, it's over here, and so it's still there. And so just make sure you hit that green save button and you'll be good to go. All right, I guess at the end of this I can type menu and take the S off once again, and that will toggle that Rhino menu back off if you don't want that on. And so there's my user toolbars and there's my custom one. Okay, thanks for watching.